Donnell Jones Flip. Yeah, man, I'm glad you're here. I reached out to my guy. Shout out to Ian from my Soulection Beast One producer team. And I'm like, yo, when I heard the album, I was like, yo, we got to get Jacquees in. Because I've been a fan for, we were actually just talking about it right now, like 2014, 2015.
Thank you, bro.
I heard your cover of How About Now.
Okay.
And when I heard, I'm like, who is this guy? Because you were like so confident.
Yeah.
And you were so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy has to be signed. Like, you know, why am I barely finding out about him? But you sound very poised. And then I heard the Persian Rugs cover as well. Yep. And that was ill. And then I heard my homie sent me. It's funny because we're here, but he sent me the song Pandora.
Oh yeah.
And that was like, all right, so there's an original joint. Yeah. And I was like, this guy can sing.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Like, you sound like you come from a home of like church or
yeah,
soul.
Definitely.
And then when I found out you were from Atlanta, I was like, yo, they don't really have, Atlanta don't have too many, you know, it's the home of rappers. Yeah. And the fact that you're a singer, a vocalist, and soulful, you know, you don't really use like auto-tune and all that stuff. Yeah. It's like a true voice. Definitely. I was able to recognize that.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. So welcome here to Soulection Radio here on Beast One in Los Angeles from ATL to LA. Yes, sir. I know you just finished tour. How you feeling, my man?
I feel good, man. I just got off tour
a couple days ago.
Like 4 days ago. You see, I was just sleeping in the office right before you came and got me, though. But I love it, though. This is the life I always wanted. Like, I just got off tour with Chris Brown. Shout out to Breezy. That was one of my dreams. So I knocked that down, sharing the same stage with him. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a blessing.
And you just finished out here in Anaheim, right? That was like the final, I think it was the final stop.
Yeah, and they did, I did, my last show was Vegas.
Oh,
Chris,
Vegas?
Chris them came out here.
Got it. Yeah. And who outside of you and Chris, who I think I saw Black and Her on there?
Yeah, shout out to the homies Black, Her, and Rich the Kid.
Oh, Rich the Kid.
Yeah, I made some homies on tour.
How was it? Like, it's a lot of great personalities, a lot of great talent.
Yeah, it was fun because these are the people of now, you know? Yeah. And me and Black, we actually from the same side. He from Decatur too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he went to what Black say he went to Redan. Yeah. I went to Towers High School.
That's the east side of Atlanta.
Yeah, we from the east. And then Her, you know, she young, she 21. Yeah. You know, I'm 24. Yeah. Rich the Kid, he young. You
Black
know
is young too.
Black young. You know, we all young. I done knew Rich for a while. You know, Rich used to be out there in Atlanta a lot. But it was dope, man. It was just dope being on tour with him every day, you know, catching the vibe of everybody. You know, we actually made some music. Me and Rich Kid, we got in the studio while we was on tour. Yeah.
You stay focused when you're on tour and you're able to record? You know?
Yeah, I'm always focused. Like, this was my 3rd tour. So I was a little more experienced. Even though this was a level that I'd never been on, I was already
doing like stadium, like arenas.
Yeah, that was the only difference. Yeah. And the stage time, because I was actually first. So that was something that I had to get through my head.
Okay.
I had to tell myself, like, just because you're going first, that don't mean you ain't got potential to be the biggest artist, you know?
Wow, that's a great point. I was about to ask you, like, what slot were you in? And,
I was number 1.
And how was it, you know, trying to earn the crowd as they're walking in, getting settled, getting the drinks?
Honestly, man, I'll tell you no lie, bro. Like, when I hit the stage, people was running to their seats. I tell you, now I remember the first day. I came back on stage, I was like, bro, you see them, they running to their seats. Like, I'm like, bro, they want to get there. And I remember as the shows kept going, I guess it hit the internet or word hit the street that Jacquees go first. And I started noticing that the shows would be dead packed in the beginning. Like, on my set at 7 o'clock, all the fans was getting there early. Wow. And I remember one show specifically, Charlotte. I ain't have my dancers, but I remember I walked on stage and I stopped and I just stopped. It was like a crowd moment. I remember that show, and I remember the Pittsburgh show. I remember Phoenix, Arizona show, because it was just me and Chris that night. It just was me and him, so I got to go like right before him. So that was a big moment for me.
Yeah. So it kind of fluctuated. Like, you had certain shows where it was just you and him. And
and you know, Live Nation would come to me and compliment me every night. They would tell me, like, man, you really got the people on their feet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that you're gonna be a superstar. Yeah, that's what they were telling me every day.
That's what's up, man. And I think that, and you, when you're performing too, you're dancing as well, right? You're moving up there.
Yeah, I'm dancing. I got dancers.
That's what's up.
I want me some more dancers. I got 2 dancers right now.
Hey, and let's talk about the album 4275.
Yes, sir.
That's where you grew up from in Atlanta, and I know that's part of your story. That's what made you. You know, you've been there since a young age. Yeah. With your whole family, your sisters, your mother, and going to school. And I know like that was the come up. So, you know, this album, I could tell it sounds very mature at 20. You made it, what, 23 years old? Because you just turned 24.
Yeah. So you can say at 23, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. The year of MJ, that's a very important year.
Yeah, that was my Jordan year.
You know, my favorite song on it, though, outside of BED, obviously, it's been a single and been, like, the hit.
Right.
It is 4275.
Oh, thank
you,
man.
It's such a strong way to kind of come, like, outside of the intro, to come into the album.
Yeah.
And then I was really surprised to hear, like, I didn't know Jermaine Dupri still was, like, making music.
I was with him last night. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, JD, my man.
Like, that song hits right, and obviously with Baby.
But
like,
the thing is, you know what? JD didn't produce 4275.
Oh, he didn't? I thought he did.
That was produced by Nash B. Nash B is my producer. FYB produced. He the same one produced BD.
Okay, so JD was just kind of
JD just added the flavor. You know what I'm saying? I just needed him to come and bless it with that style. But I got some tracks that JD done produced though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay. Okay. I'm glad you said that because I thought I'm like, oh, because you know if he comes in in the intro of a track, I thought like that was him just stating like, yeah, this is all me right here.
Oh no, that's just him just letting y'all know that Jacquees is it. He Atlanta. He got the sound.
Yeah.
He gonna be the next superstar.
Yeah. And how long have you and JD been connected? Because he's a big
I've been
part
connected
of
with JD. I done known him since I was like 14.
Dang.
When I was like in high school.
Yeah, and I know you used to be in the studio, like you're getting in and like getting experience and being like learning how to write or just like how to make music. You know, that was with like Jagged Edge, and then you used to be in the studio with them.
Yeah, with Brandon and Brian.
That's
you know what
crazy.
I'm saying?
At what age? Like 14, 15?
Yeah, I was in the studio with like 14, 15. Those sessions used to be rough too. They weren't easy at all.
Yeah, I heard they were like really hard on you.
Yeah, they was, but that's my family, and I know that they always believed in me. Like some people like Jagged Edge, they always believed in me. They always knew that I was gonna be a superstar. They knew I had the potential. Like they used to we used to have like some sessions where we working on the same song for like 3 days. And they still at it with me, like, all right, we're going to get it. I remember we were working on some Christmas songs specifically. And I remember they was the first ones to tell me, they was like, if you want to say a word in your song, they was like, man, you can say anything. You know what I'm saying? If it sound good, just, you can say it. Like, don't keep second guessing it. Just do it.
Yeah.
And I remember I took that a long way because now I don't really stop in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I just keep going.
So you were in high school. I mean, it's crazy that you were like a freshman in high school or sophomore, one of the two. And it's crazy to think, like when I was 14, to think if I were in the studio with some of my peers like that, because I know, you know, them, Donnell Jones, Avant, a lot of those artists, Jodeci were like your inspiration.
For sure.
So to be in the studio, like how did you deal with that at like 14?
It just felt good because I always felt like I was a special person. Yeah. You know, so when I get around special people, it's just a special moment. Yeah. You know, but I always handle myself like I never got starstruck. Yeah. You know.
That's amazing. That's an important trait because some people like I'm sure you don't like when people be like, it's one thing to have fans, but when people you respect like try to treat you like you're not human sometimes it's a bit of a turn off. Like,
I like to be treated like like
a human being.
I be chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a king and all that, but I like to be kicking it though.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And I think like I want to get into like those joints we talked about to introduce the people on how I discover you and kind of just go back in time. You've been making music for a long time. So once again, we got Jacquees in the building representing the east side of Atlanta. All right, Soulection Radio. Classic right there. When's the last time you listened to that joint, man?
It's so crazy because last time I listened to it, my boy Hype sent me a clip on Twitter, like, you just went viral today, and the people was like, Jacquees killed this. That was just like 2-3 weeks ago.
Was it like some world star though? Like who was the first one to post, or was it you that posted it? Like
I posted it on YouTube,
and then it just took off. And I know YouTube was a big part of your story too.
Yeah,
like
I love YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube cut checks and all that. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah,
and then, you know, it's only right that we play the sample of that joint, because I know Jodeci's also. Have you had a chance to connect with Jodeci?
I never connected with Jodeci yet, but I love Jodeci. I never got to meet him in person yet. Never.
Got it. But Donnell Jones, however, is part of the album. Yeah. Right? He's did he co-write 23?
Yeah, we wrote 23 together. We actually sat down and hand wrote that song. Like, I got the paper. I gotta find it.
What? But you gotta frame
I gotta find it. I can't find it, man. I've been looking in my crib. I know it's somewhere in there, but I gotta find it.
So as an artist, as a vocalist, for you, because I know you're very hands-on with your music, how often do you, like write your own music and then collaborate with other writers?
Well, with me, it's always a thing where I'm writing my own music and always well, not really so much collaborating, but I work with Forte Boy, you know, and I work with not only Forte Boy, K Major, TK. It's a lot of people that's out in the game that been on my team for a long time, like as writers. So you know, we still come with records together. Like, you know, BED, me and Forte came up with BED together. We came up with a lot of the records, but you got a lot of the records on the album that I did all by myself too, you know.
Tell us a little bit more about that connect, because I love Donnell Jones, and,
yeah.
I know, you know, like that 90s style, that classic, timeless sound is a big part of your music.
Right.
That's what gravitated me towards your sound. How did the connection between you and Donnell happen?
The connection between me and Donnell happened. My boy Dougie Frizzle, I call him Dougie Frizzle. His name Corey, but where he from, they call him C-Boy. He used to be he had this group called the Grind Family. They was real big in Chicago up there in the Midwest, so in Indiana or whatever. So he you know, he knew a couple people, whatever. Yeah. He had connects, and I basically told him, like, I want to work with Donnell Jones. He was like, man, I'm gonna make a call. He made a call to his homie. Homie got Donnell to the studio. You feel me? Like the next couple days, and I was in the studio with him. I played him the album, and Donnell was like, man, your shit cold. Like, your shit cold. Like, he was like, bruh, I don't even fuck with young niggas. You feel me? He was like, I don't even fuck with young niggas, but he like, I can hear that you real.
Yeah.
You feel me? He's like, and that remind me of myself when I was your age and I was out here and I was making music, and I could feel you. He's like, I like a lot of the music that a lot of these artists put out, but he like, I don't feel them. But he like, man, I really feel you. And he like, we gonna get in the studio, and we got in the studio. Donnell brought all his equipment through, cause you know he make beats and everything. He actually produced 23. He made the beat and everything.
Oh, he made the beat.
Yeah, he made the beat. I remember he called me on the phone like, man, I got this idea. And he was like, listen to this right quick. I'm at the crib cooking up this beat. Listen to this and this melody. And he already had the melody, 23, and he had the beat. And he came to the studio.
He still got it.
Oh, he the truth. And we put it all together. You know what I'm saying? And we wrote them words. And you know, he always asked me conversations about me. You know what I'm saying? We have conversation. And then we put 23 together, man.
What's your favorite song by Donnell Jones?
I listen to so much of that shit. It's so funny because right now I've been listening to Journey. I've been listening to My Apology.
That's your one?
On a Life of a Journey of a Gemini, I think. But I think my favorite one might be Gotta break it on down. Gotta break it on down. Break it on down. Gonna be right there by you. Hey. Gotta be there for you. Yeah, I think that's like my favorite one. This Love. I got a lot. I like a lot of Donnell. I got into Donnell Jones when I was older, because I always knew his voice when I was younger, but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Because like The Wood, that's one of my favorite movies. And at the end of The Wood, that song came
on, yeah.
And then I always be like, damn, man, what's that song? You feel me?
Yeah.
Then when I got older, I finally connected the dots, and I was like, oh, shit. I always like this music.
I like Natural Thing and Where I Want to Be. Those are like
Oh, yeah, of course, Where I Want to Be. And I like, I think it's called In the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah, there's some classics on there, man. I thought you brought up a really good point too about, you know, like he doesn't feel like these younger artists.
Right.
Why do you think that is, that he did, like like the older OGs like aren't feeling the contemporary like R&B music, you know, made today by a lot of the artists? Why do you think that is? Because you also speak about, I know you did the no auto-tune challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was just playing too.
Yeah.
My homies called me like, bro, why you do that? They was like, bro, you don't have no point to prove, bro. Like, why are you doing that? I was like, bro, I'm just having fun.
Do you not use auto-tune?
I mean, like, you know, we got everybody go in the studio and have stuff to keep you on like key. You feel me? But it's like, can't nobody go in the studio and think that they could put some tune on you and you gonna sound good. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you still you have to know how to use it still.
Yeah. Well, see, sometimes I have to record without it, and of course, like when they go in the mix and stuff, they put little, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't even like to say auto-tune because it don't really change the way your voice sound. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like to keep you on point, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't really too much tweaking on my music. Like I even like to keep my music rough. Like you know, like it's always a difference when you record a song, then they be like, we finna mix and master it.
Yeah.
I be like, bruh, keep my song rough like it is. Like BD came slap out the studio.
Wow.
No mix mastering.
For
I mean,
real?
it had a master. Like shout out EJ. I think EJ did that one.
He beefed it up a bit, but
he did a little something to it, but I ain't wanted to make it too much. You know what I'm saying?
I would have never known that. Got it. That's good to know. And going back to like the point of why you think a lot of the OGs feel that way about artists today.
I mean, I think probably because they just feel like they don't keep it real, you know? I feel like everybody could feel real. Everybody know when something real. You can see real, you know. Yeah. And if you can't see it off top, you'll end up seeing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think I just keep it real, and you can just feel it. I mean, I'm just always who I am. I am who I am. Yeah. You know, and I say what I say. I mean what I say. I feel what I say, and I am what I say. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no flaw.
Yeah, and I could tell you're very beat. You're a beat head. Like when I say beat head, I've used that before. You listen to like to beat music, and you hear. So when you hear a beat, like what do you listen for?
The 808, all that. Of course, I like a lot of beats that got a big 808. But
do you produce yourself?
Nah, I want to start though. Okay. But I mean, I like it's just a feeling of the beat. Honestly, I ain't really looking for too much, but I like the feeling of it. I like soulful beats a lot too. Like
No, I could tell.
It just depends on the vibe, for real. You know. Yeah.
Did you go were you was church or was that part of your growth?
Definitely. But I didn't sing in church.
Got it.
My grandma had us in church though. Yeah. My mama.
And it's crazy because you found out that you could your talent at 9 years old. Yeah.
My auntie was in the choir though. I used to go. I used to see her all the time. She used to come down there. This one the choirs used to be turned. They used to come in with their routine. My auntie would be fresh to death. Yeah. Cause I remember being young. I used to just be behind the church seat just turning up. But then my mama sung in the choir too.
But you also used to rap, but you realized that singing was the go-to. That's what felt most comfortable.
Yeah, singing was. I could really do it. Yeah. And I don't know where that came from, bro, either. You know, I don't know where.
God-given.
It is God-given. I used to be around a gospel singer when I was young. Her name was Dottie Peoples. Yeah. Yeah, she's had me at a radio station. Like on that picture where you see me with that microphone when I'm sitting there, I was at the radio station in Atlanta. That's crazy.
That's wild, huh? Yeah. And I used to win all the talent shows.
All the talent shows. I had to stop doing them because I felt bad for everybody. I swear, I was just like, bro, I'm gonna stop doing it for y'all, man. Cause I was winning, then I'll do it next year, and then I do it next year. You feel me? I was like, now I'm doing it every year, bro. You feel me? Straight up.
That's funny. Let's talk about that moment after you started because you put out about 10 mixtapes. Yep, 10. Right, and essentially 4275 is your first it's your official album.
Yeah, it's my debut.
That's 10 mixtapes. It's your 10,000 hours. That's how I see it. But how was it when you signed your deal at 19 with Cash Money? Did Baby just hit you up direct and did he who was the one that connected?
Nah, it was I was 19 when I met him. I was 20 when I signed. I was in Atlanta, and I remember I was just looking for a situation. I called Rich Homie Corn Daddy, Corey Lamar. He hooked us up, me and Birdman. This was at the time when they was doing the Rich Gang situation. And I had a relationship with Corn at the time. This right before I met Thug. And I just got down. You know what I'm saying? I got in there. You feel me? I got in there. Stunner put me in there. And then everybody embraced me, I got in there, I met Thug. Me and Thug formed a super relationship. I'm on every one of his albums. That's my brother. He showed me real love. And
one of my favorite rappers too. He's he's raw with it.
Yeah, that's the realest rapper in the rap game. But yeah.
And I think it's just dope because Cash Money, they don't really have any singers, any vocalists. So you were the were you the first
I got
singer?
the vocals. I don't think I wasn't the first singer ever signed to Cash Money. Shout out to every other R&B act that was ever signed to the label.
I feel you're the first one that I realized.
Me too though. I thought I was too until I signed. They was like, nah, these artists was with us. These was with us. I was like, okay, cool.
Got it.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna still be the number one R&B artist that ever signed to Cash Money.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I remember growing up. I'm 28 years old. I remember growing up to Cash Money and seeing Juvie, the Hot Boys.
Yeah, I grew up on them too.
Yeah, so that's crazy to be able to. It's like signing to the Lakers or just a franchise team
real. Straight up
of music. Yeah, because they had such a staple and they still are. And even with Drake being part of Young Money, from afar, you know. I think his album his last one was his last release on the deal. But just to think so much history, so many plaques.
It's so much greatness, man, to be a part of. I'm so proud and happy that I'm a part of the situation.
And that's one thing I could honestly, I don't know Baby, but I can say that from afar. Every artist that he brings in, he always really embraces them.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's on the album. Like I know you guys did like a joint, and he's like on every cut, like just like talking this shit, you know.
Oh yeah. And then man Bird, we got another album too.
For real?
Yep.
Yeah. And
Lost at Sea too.
And speaking of other albums too, I know, and everybody knows about this now that the tour is over. The joint with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
What do you think is a realistic ETA for that? I know got to go through the label, and
I think this year is really real for it. Yeah. Honestly, we just had a meeting about it.
Yeah, and it's like
just let all the fans know.
It's more like it's like an official album, not just like some loose mixtape vibes.
Nah, this an album. It's vibes I never caught before.
When you guys are both in the studio, what's the energy like? What kind of?
It's a lot of singing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of singing when me and Brad in the studio. I mean, you know, when we get in, Chris usually always got some ideas already. You know, he usually already got some ideas. You know, he has a studio in his house, so that's what he do. You feel me? So he work with a lot of artists, but he know like what sounds to give different artists. So he already have like a folder.
He's a music head for real.
Yeah, he already have like the Jacquees folder. Like, these are the records we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So, or sometimes he'll have beats and be like, hey, you come up with some hooks and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And let's put some verses on it. And let's just keep moving and come back, you know?
Yeah. And you guys compliment each other. It wasn't like you guys it wasn't like one dominant over
We compliment each other on all the records.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then, you know, sometimes we sound the same. You might have to squint your ear and be like, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's dope.
How many records in total you guys think you made?
We did a lot of records. We probably recorded like 17, 18 records.
Oh,
but
wow.
I know all the records not gonna be on that though.
In the course of how many years?
Oh, you mean all the songs we ever did?
Yeah, not the ones that made the album, just total. Like how many?
Oh, over the years, we probably done did like
lot.
Probably like 20-some songs.
Okay, that's great. That's solid, man.
Yeah, because in the beginning we probably only had like 4.
Yeah, now obviously there's a lot of chemistry, you know. And it's funny, this track behind us. Let's get right back to his music. If you notice, I had to play the Avant.
Yeah, I was peeping that.
Yeah, because I'm always about.
I ain't even meet Avant yet.
For real?
Nah, but I heard him say some great things about me though. So shout out to him.
And to play the song, to read your mind, and to have that, you know, that hook. And to, you know, to go into BED. Who produced BED?
Nash B.
Yeah. Is he here?
Nah, Nash ain't here. Nash in the A. He was just out here.
Tell him Jacquees said what up, because
for sure.
You know, he got that sound. Let's get into BED. Is it platinum now?
Yeah. It is platinum.
Is that your first platinum?
Yep, first platinum.
Yo, congratulations,
Thank you,
man.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Let's get into it right now.
Yes, sir.
Once again, BED. And once again, congrats on being platinum. How does it feel like to have that first record, you know?
I feel blessed. You know, I remember when it went gold, I was telling Stunner, I wanted my gold plat. I'm like, bro, get my gold. He's like, man, nephew, you gonna wait till they go platinum. I'm like, man, come on, this is my first one. He got it for me and gave it to me when we did Wendy Williams. And then went platinum like right after that.
Wow. And the next step forward, I mean, obviously you have the album out and we're waiting to see like which other track it hits, but like as an artist, when you get that first one, all it takes is one record for you to really get like that recognition. Do you feel a bit of pressure, like as an artist, like to try to hit that point, because you obviously want more?
Yeah, I want more, but there ain't no pressure. I'm just taking my time.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? When I go in the studio, I ain't really fetching for a hit. I'm doing my thing.
You're just creating.
Yeah, I'm just creating. And if one of them become a hit, it's like it always do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, cause that's what we do. We make hits.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the Club going up, that's another hit. Ocean, that's a feature. I got so many features I'm on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that next, bloom, on the way.
And you've been, how's the process been of just like you writing just your own, like the next phase of where you're at, like mentally and just in your life right now? You already began that process, or you just kind of just? I
was just talking the other day to somebody. I was telling them, I was like, because I went to the studio the other night. It was one night I had, we were still on tour, but it was 2 days I had off. We had off. I went to Miami. I had to handle some business in Miami. I got in the studio. And I got in, I did some work, but I ain't really want to, it was the first time I ain't want to express myself. You feel me? I'm not all the way, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to express myself. First time ever. I still got in, really? But I got some more stuff I want to kick it a little more right now.
Why do you think? And at that moment?
I don't know. It was like, I think I was trying to figure out something else though. You feel me? I ain't have it all the way figured out. And I ain't even want to talk about what I didn't all the way know yet. You feel me?
That's dope. Like, you ain't trying to force anything.
Nah, never forcing. But you know, we go through so much stuff in life. It's so much stuff to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I go through a lot of stuff. Like I'm a superstar, but I'm a human too. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
So it's like I still go through shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I still go through shit. Niggas dating. Nigga, that's one thing. You know, niggas living life. Niggas paying bills. niggas doing everything. You know what I'm saying? We still trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. It's like, yeah, like I'm gonna go to the studio at night because I'm ready to talk. You feel me? Okay. Like now I'm ready to like turn up. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like moment of clarity too, because like you're off tour, like your head is more focused.
Exactly. I'm back in the Jacquees zone all the way. You 100%. Know what I'm saying? Like I posted a picture the other day. I said I'm refocused. Hey. You feel me?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Bless. I was gonna say, you know, I've been tripping out as a music lover, and this is my life. This is what I do. Is I'm digging for music. You know, bringing artists such as yourself on the radio show. For me, I'm curious on what the perspective is for you, but like, excuse me, there's a lot of music coming out nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, like before, we used to have to go to the store to go buy CDs.
I miss those days, man. Yeah, me too. I remember, man. I miss those days, bro.
Me too. And imagine you only had like, you know, $12 to $20 to buy one or two records, CDs, right?
Yeah.
Or a tape, whatever. And like nowadays, you know, you pay for streaming and you can stream everything in a full night. You know what I'm saying? So like last week, you know, you had like we had Travis, you had YG, Mac Miller, who else? I feel like I'm missing one other person. Sorry.
Who dropped albums?
Yeah, like just everybody that just dropped, right? And my point is like, do you feel no matter how much work you put in, it's like, is it becoming oversaturated in a way, like where it's easy for people to just go through music so quick and be like, all right, what's next?
It is easy though. You know what I'm saying? Like people are always ready for the next thing. Yeah. Super fast.
Like does that? But like I caught myself even asking you, like, yo, you're right now. You're soaking and you're enjoying, you know, the wealth of your work that you put into this album. I'm already like, so what's next? So what's
exactly.
next? And I got to catch myself.
But that's just how it is though, bro. Yeah. It's like everybody, the way we are now, everybody ready for the next thing. We play stuff out so quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying anything that I done is played out, but it's like, it's just, that's how it is. Like, you know, I'm sure everybody done listen to Trav album, they like, man, what the hell you finna do next? You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody listen to my album like, what do you want to do next?
Yeah.
But that's really like an excitement thing too, though, because it's like
that don't bother you though.
Nah, because it make me feel like you excited to hear more. You know, it just make me feel like you eager to just see what else I could do.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? That's like if you want like what the hell he gonna do next? It's like, oh well, shit, fuck him. Like I'm over him. I'm done with him. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, shit, bro, what else you got to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want to hear what else you could do, bro. Like, you feel me? So I appreciate it, bro, because I got a lot in store. That's amazing. I got a lot. I have a lot in store for all my fans, bro. For everybody that believe in me and support me, it's a lot on the way.
That's great.
Yeah, it's the next wave of Jacquees, man. It's about to hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to think like where you're at right now at this age and what's to come, because this last album is so mature.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm only 24.
I know.
Yeah, I'm only 24.
You know, you went from MJ to Kobe years, so I already know there's a lot of greatness in store. Yeah, and like. What's great about this is I think I'm answering in my own head is what separates the artists, like the greats, from just like another, you know, some artists, no pun, they just be dropping tape after tape and sometimes it's hard for people to digest it, or the quality isn't there. There's more quantity than quality. But on 4275, you could play it from the start, because when it first dropped, I literally played it from start to finish, and that's why I got you. I'm like, yo, I hit up Ian. I'm like, Ian, reach out. We got to get Jacquees on the show.
That's real, bro.
Because you can play it from start to finish.
That's how we was doing in the studio. We was like, damn, it's done. That's 18 songs. Like,
yeah,
that shit that quick.
Yeah,
that's how I felt for us.
And I'm because like, you know, there's sometimes where people put too many tracks on a project, right, and it's almost overwhelming, especially if they're not all like hitting. Right. And it's almost like, all right, cool. I like 3 to 5 out of 20 joints, but it's like that's a bad percentage. Straight you know up. What I'm saying? So like. Just kind of like thinking about all of that. But you know, I got the Sonos in the crib, and I'm really like picky on like every room that I walk in. It's like it has to it's like it's a vibe, you know. And when BED comes on, that's a timeless record that like when you're with your girl or your significant other, you know, you could just let that ride out.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's been proven. Yeah. That's a proven point. My music is the go-to.
100%.
I promise. I done been in situations I ain't hang on nobody. Like I done seen, like, I don't know if it's because I'm around or what, but I done seen like we play something else.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we try to see what's going on. Yeah. And then we start playing my shit.
Yeah.
And then it's all the way going down. So you like, oh man, okay, man. You know,
I'm trying to see a job. I personally haven't been able to make a show yet.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
When's the next, what's your personal solo tour coming up?
4275 tour. We're trying to ride it right now.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out, am I going to go out at the top of the year or towards like Thanksgiving?
Okay.
You know, so we're trying to figure it out.
All right. And is there any last words, man? I mean, I feel like we touched a lot of different topics.
I just want all my fans to know, man, that I love all my fans. I appreciate everybody that got the album, everybody that's been rocking for so long. I appreciate you, everybody up here.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the love. And like I said, I got a lot in store. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be the best Jacquees I could be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I'm gonna have to send you. I got this.
Oh yeah, I need them beats and shit.
Yeah, we go hit.
You can cuss on here, man.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, send me.
Yeah, they just cut it out, man. It's all
right. Yeah, well, send me that shit.
Yo, of course, man. Well, thank you again, and much love to your success, and thanks for making real music.
It's all good, man. I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Jacquees.
Yes, sir.
Once again, 4275 out right now. Soulection Radio.
Go get
live
it.
and direct.
Yeah.
Hey.